Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Gonna be an ad break starting relatively. Shouldn't be doing like that exciting. Baby. How are you? We don't have terribly long to work today, just because there's a very special stream going on over at Barry's stream that is starting in about 2 hours. And that is him explaining the entire Metal Gear series to his friends, and that is just so 110% my jam that I cannot miss it. I hope you understand. But we are still going to get some work done, and we will likely finish this on Wednesday. I know, Ashy. He doesn't need anything, I promise. I took him out, has food, water, has everything. Going to start on... Let's start on his tail. Because I know that he should have had his tail before. And I forgot to put it on his body. So we'll just add it later. It'd be fine. Try to get more. Best way to do that. No. 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 I'm sorry, but no.
This place looks like a deserted mine of some kind. Most of it's underwater now.
I love how I'm doing. Ash, you don't need anything. I know you don't need anything. Okay, just calm down. I got a little too about that. Oddly difficult shape to make.
I didn't expect the inside of the mines to be like this.
Or we could make this really hard. Hey, Ash, it's really okay. I promise. I promise that it's okay. Yes, sir? Alright, let me play with him for a minute while the ad is going. Is it?
I must have got lost in the mines.
Okay, I can give you attention. That is fine, I can give you attention. Thank you. Thank you. A good boy. Oh, you are. Captions does not want to try to figure out what I'm saying. I think me talking in a higher pitched voice is like not registering with the caption. Or a very good boy. Okay. I know. I know, I am aware. Thank you. I love you. No. No, more attention. More attention from my mother. You know, we like have to get work done and stuff, buddy. I have no doubt in my mind that we can finish this on Wednesday, especially because we don't have like a time limit. This needs to be shipped by Thursday. And if they cancel their order, like the last person, I'm gonna McFreaking lose it. Great, thank you. Thank you. You sit down now? Odd. Like, I get it. Like, I know that it's just like a little demon tail, but it's hard to... I don't want to make it in 2 pieces, because then it'll come apart. Like, the armatures pretty much have to be made in killer piece. But yes, as you can see from last time, I did make the I made the horns and I added them. I had to remake this one. Like too big and not taped the exact same. I did that. Probably. I was gonna say we could make this easier by doing it separately from the body first, and I still am going to do that. Doesn't actually seem that long. Oh. Yeah. Some of this in shots doing. Coming up. Alright. Going to do our wrapping it around and glue technique. About this. It doesn't have to all be. Good glue. stop saying that when it stops being. Should be easy. Reminds me of baking. Like, sort of. Okay. Oh. The lo-fi music is helping. That actually helps. Melting pen. Oh, hi! Cheerless, cheerless. I for stopping by. We are making or continuing Shadow the Hedgehog over here. Not actually, but character Ivlis from an RPG Maker game called The Grey Garden. It's a mission, and we're going to work on it today and finish it up likely on Wednesday. Oh, okay. It's a little difficult to make this tail. Just kinda odd. But we're not exactly felting it. We're just winding the wool around it. Get a really tight fill just around the fire. Being difficult to do this part, but I think it's relatively smooth sailing. What we are going to do is once we get to the end of this, I'm going to attach it to his body. I'm only doing it off of his body right now because it's here this way. But the best way to attach a appendage like this, really I should have made it on the body to begin with, but I forgot. Yes, hello, Ash. He's acting like he needs something he does not need something, I promise. Yes, sir? I know. I know that it's hard to be a dog sometimes. Hi. Baby. Baby boy. Could you possibly use an ice cube? What if I gave him an ice cube? 1 second. He's just being very attention hungry today. No. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. This is the part where we just let him bark. I know. Also, I know it looks like I'm stabbing this guy in the butt. I'm stabbing him above his butt. With the cake tester that works basically as an awl. Okay, we're gonna try to get this to go. Yes? Begging? Yes, I'm going to allow permitted term in the butt. Autobot. Come on with that. Okay, this happens sometimes. Where it, like, just does not want to work. Okay. I think I need to more clearly go like this. Go up. Better for stability anyway. I know, Ash. You know, okay? I promise that I know. There we go. Okay, so ideally, the tail would have been attached to start with. But I made it so that the inside here goes up. So it should be relatively simple. No, I know. I know. I hope the barking isn't too... Salted? Hey, it's all right, Ash. All right. No, Ash. I'm not really gonna, like, see this part too much because it'll be under his coat, but... Don't take the easy way out just because you can't really see it. Oh, Ash. Please, my child. Oh. I don't want to BRB because I only have 2 hours. Go out again? Such is the nature of dog. I'm going to take him out again very, very briefly. And I will be right back. That's what the BRB screen is. Okay. Okay, we have returned. I believe he wanted to go outside. And if he keeps barking after that, I guess we'll just ignore it. Buddy, you're stressing me out. Stressing me out so much. Okay. Again, today we do not have much time because the very special event of Barry explaining Metal Gear to his friends is happening at 6 p.m. my time, about an hour and a half from now. And I can't miss that. I just can't. It aligns too well with all of my interests. So we have a 2-hour stream instead of about a 3-hour stream. Also, this music is from Sonic Advance, I believe. It is, I think, the only 2D Sonic I ever played. And you'll never guess why, because it was connected to the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure 2. So the only way to get somebody like me to play a 2D Sonic was to say, oh, well, you can get goodies. Get goodies in the other game. I know. I know. It does make it funny when like my VTuber is making a barking noise. But yeah, I think people have said that it comes through on the mic not quite as like sharp. So if it's really bothering you, I'll figure something else out. Barking over this character design. Hi, Astral. So nice to be in the Pokemon tournament with you. To lose. But we had fun. Thank you for bringing your friends as well. Harder to... It's... Using glue is just such a precarious thing with felt. Because it gets all over everything and it hardens, and when it hardens, that means you can't felt on it anymore. And so you need to be really careful with that. Like, for example, when there are, like, when a character has horns. Good evening. Hi, Cheesy. Nice to see you. Continuing to work on your Ivlis. I keep mispronouncing as like Albus, Iblis, like the Iblis trigger, Sonic, but B, how we translated it, because as we all know, in Japanese, sorry, that just like threw me off. Why are we doing a hey listen when it's a Sonic track? Wirekin Mousewalker. I was waiting for like a getting hard joke, which the felting stuff tends to draw ass jokes, mostly just because I talk about sculpting asses a lot. But yeah, if a character has like horns underneath their hair, as this guy does, then you need to be careful that you don't get glue everywhere, and then you can't like felt the hair down. Okay. Lava glue there. I was like, I don't think I want to use the felting needle to try to get that off. Through there. Yes. Other side, it's felt it down a little bit. Star Wars ref, D's nuts, innuendos, contrived puns, bad puns, actually funny things. Okay, so you landed on Star Wars ref. You didn't have to work as hard to be able to felt that around there a little bit. That should be fine. Hi, honey. Mr. Ash just, I think, wants attention. Which is rich, because he's gotten plenty of attention. I promise I am a good mother to my child. And you guys know I'm a good mother to my child. but alas. Sometimes the child is not grateful. Didn't even get to the getting hard. I know. Okay, well, I think as soon as we're done with this part, this will probably be the hardest part right now. The actual hardest part, I bet, is going to be getting the hair to work. Because getting those highlights, highlights that are at, like, the tips, and Ash Ketchum last name. You need to calm down. I know that you are the kind of dog who wants attention at every moment of your entire life. I know this, and I appreciate this about you. However, now is not the time. Sorry. Pet the dog. Pet him. Why so active, little guy? Well, you see, it's possible that I want the treat and I forgot that I got it earlier. It's possible that I need to poop and didn't do it the 2 times that Mommy took me out with her last hour. It's possible that I want lots of things. I'll get you a treat. I'll get you a treat. With this dog. He has now gotten 3 treats today. Perhaps this will calm him. Again, owie, there's not much there. Stab directly, vertically into the finger guards. Still gonna stab yourself. Hate to say. Very precarious. Then we'll work on his. Okay, is that what you wanted? Are you on a deadline, or can I request a cosplay tour? I'm not on a deadline for today. On Wednesday, I'm on a deadline, but you can request a cosplay tour, and that is any. I will pick a random proper costume from the room. I will talk about it. I also don't know if Fix It Up's been being weird, so I don't know if the DVD player works, but if anybody redeems that, I'll just do it myself. Yeah. I've got a good one I could show. Is the music like really quiet, or did I just accidentally turn my headphones down? All right, we have. Sitting on top of it is the unfinished mouse doll. This is, if you know JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the hat for Will Zappelli, slash, Speedwagon, but I was cosplaying as Zappelli. And this is just like interfacing, which you use in sewing to add like stiffness to something. This is like really thick interfacing, and it's just glued around the front here, and like it's not perfect, but you can't really tell from a distance. And I fucking love this hat. It's so great. It sits on top of usually this guy. So sort of to my left most of the time. This like giant thing that has a Will Zappelli hat on him. That was also the first and I think so far only cosplay where I've drawn facial hair on myself. He has a curly mustache, and that was very fun to learn how to do. And also made me feel gender things, but I didn't understand that yet. I did make the whole rest of the costume. The pants I didn't make, but I made the white overcoat and the red vest. And looked pretty good in it, if I do say so myself. Yeah, it does look drawn on him. Good, I hope you think that's 1,000 points well put. Here. They'll be done when I don't have anything else to do. That's like the I want to do felting, but I don't have anything to do project. But right now I've been getting orders, and then I have GDQ stuff to do, and that is due his stand name. Well, oh, you mean, oh, okay. You mean the part 7 version. Yeah, Gyro. Yeah, that would make sense. Will Zappelli doesn't have a stand. Come on, team. Let's make a nose. Got like a tiny little baby anime nose. Reference. But I did do a part 7 cosplay once. I did Tusk Act 4. And I showed off the helmet at one point. Which is the only part of it that I still have. No, you're good. You're so good. I know way more about JoJo than I should, because I was like very, very into it for a very long time. So I just sort of made like a more or less flat triangle. I put it more or less in the middle of the face, and now I'm going to attempt to adjust it more in the middle. And then adjust the shape. Little baby note for babies. Add his profile. Then I do like make a dent for where the eyes are going to go. It looks a little bit creepy. You can't see super well because it's white, but like essentially mimic eye sockets. That when the eyes go in there, they don't look like up. Outline for the mouth. I found that quite as much cartoon. It's a realistic person's that actual. Prometheus, yeah. Like Elfier. All Ash wanted was a treat. That was nothing. It was a ball of cotton. Wool, specifically. But yes. Wool and, like, whatever polyfill. Hey, polyfill, what are you making? If you'd be willing to take an emote com? Oh, I mean, sure. I just don't think of myself as, like, as much of an artist, but I guess I am. with the watercolor emotes, sure. Okay, polyester. So yeah, this is specifically from Michaels, Loops and Threads Supreme Fiber Fill, and it is used in the same way that polyfill is used. But it felts onto itself, and it's very dense and very good. As opposed to using core wool, which a lot of felters use, which also works but isn't quite as dense. And usually ends up being more expensive. I also tend to get a custom felt at something that's more of a long-term. Yeah. I'm always around. Always taking commissions. Unless it's like, you know, Christmas or something, but other than that, I'm always... I haven't, like, done a lot of sewing. A lot of different emotes. Folks in the... Yeah. I made, I guess my first emote for another person was from literally yesterday. Renee right here, had his birthday stream. And I remember, I forget when, but he talked about how he wanted to get an emote of the sicko meme. And was like debating asking Artie about it because it was like really difficult to do because it was behind a window. And I'm like, I'll make it work. So I made him one. And because I made it, it's also on this channel. So if we do Mary 2 Sicko, there it is. I suppose you're right. I could offer emote commissions. I just thought that, like, because it's so weird and because I like can't really do digital art very well, that other people wouldn't want watercolor emote. I did use it in his server. Oh, okay. Another thing. Cracked that thing out in like 15 minutes. Came from myself. It's an art style. It sure is an art style. No, I know what you mean. Yep. And I'm not even using like really nice watercolors or anything. I'm just using sort of a watercolor set from Joanne. If these are about the same. Why you sometimes separately. Like slightly thicker, but by hand. It's a it's a strange thing because then I scan them in, and then I use like a background remover to just smaller or give them no background. They need to be. But that's always sort of been my deal. Up by hand. Always. Getting the ears in the right spot is usually really difficult, but I have already placed his. Also, he will remain bald for some time, because that hair is long, and it would be very annoying to work around, particularly with a scarf. Alright, now. Face. Does he have eyebrows? I'm gonna give him eyebrows. So, the way I end up making eyes, take a little bit, roll it between our fingers. Ball. This also looks weird with white on white, but it's gonna be difficult. How did I do this with... Oh, I know how I did this with the princess, because her skin was like gray. Light gray. But I think still doing it this way is good because it gives it the right structure. And yes, using alpaca will make it harder. I do have a merino cheap wool that's easier to work with in white. It's just kind of like buried in my... I had organizations. So the way that I usually try to emulate like the art style and stuff like this is in the eyes. That's the easiest thing of like change for an art style. I had some leftover sort of like fire mixed yellow, and I wanted to use that. Like Hit the... Eyes are like down farther than... Don't like something? Just move it. Let that stay. It is now so calm. Baby. I would do like an emote making stream, except that they don't usually take very long. Could do a little. Generally what I do is just like draw a sketch, my little sketchbook, and very old light table that I have, transfer it over, or just laptop at the light table. Trace it and then outline it in a micron pen that has a brush tip to it. Watercolor. This style that reminds me a lot of like old Pokemon designs. Is Cannon's core? Definitely. Not one that you can check with song because it's a live channel. Edge for Eternal Engine. Okay. So yeah, it's Tails' stage. Tails' space stage from SE. I like this guy's style. Cracks me. Yeah, I mean, exclamation point song will still get you to the, this is a like 24/7 live Sonic Lo-Fi playlist. That's the song there. Lurking at work with no work to do? I gotcha. You don't have to keep talking. It is perfectly fine to just talking to. I know that this is... Got ads in 5 minutes. Have ads to... Really good big band, Orleans band generation. That far. Thin. Correlate between. Flyaways, because black against white is just about more.
Please beware of the spikes on the asteroid coaster.
They're just gotta have Angie eyebrow. Or when he thinks he didn't get his treat, but in fact he got it early. Work as me. Well, now that I look closer, he's got like shark teeth. Okay. Well, we'll attempt to give him. Overheat. It is very soft. Darts. Oh, he's just such a... Okay. I'm so charmed by by felt doll versions of like tough guy characters. Like when I made Shadow the Hedgehog for Frame Fatales, I was just like, kind of annoying to make. This is getting on my nerves. And then it was like, I put the little pout on his face, and I was like, oh, that's him. That's just him. And I'm like, oh, he looks so angry. Oh my god. Oh, but he, oh, he's so sweet. We'll try to do a little bit. Chemical plant? Question mark. It kind of goes. Do like any version of plant sound. By they, I mean. It is too small to kind of. Just too small. Yeah. Sorry that you're gonna look like a little bit of a bald weirdo for Man, Seribot's good. I I added Seribot and like got a um got a viewbot, and in 2 seconds Seribot banned them, spam detected, and added blocked term cheap viewers. Man, Seribot's that's just a free thing. You can go on their channel and add to your channel, and holy shit, I love it. Alright. Start work on body. But first, while we're doing red things, we can... Which... I know he's got these claws. Yeah. Boobot, I have Nightbot because I have music, and that has the, like, function. But yeah, Seribot, absolutely. And, like, you know, uptime. this. All a little more. What kind of stuff would you be planning to stream if you were going to stream? And also, like, you want probably better advice as the people who've been streaming for longer than a month. I'm just doing my best down here. Gaming and art, nice. Do gaming vary sometime. So far, I've only done Ocarina of Time Rando, but I want to do. Yes, that is what I asked. Sorry, I kind of talked away from the microphone and I'm not supposed to do that. Getting used to things. Kind of advice fades after a while. Yeah. Red does look slightly light, but this is pre-felt red is not a shade that's so far off that it, because that is a thing that happens sometimes. Sometimes I like do have, you know, an orange or a brown that that would work with regular wool, and then I have a pre-felt, and if they're supposed to be like the same fabric on the actual character, I might not be able to, because they just, yeah, definitely reach out. We've got a lot of people who know a lot of stuff to help. When I DM them like, hey, how do I get the captions to not have me say a slur? Thank you. Sorry, Mr. Clawboy. You're just gonna have little mitten hands for baby boys. You only get articulated hands if you pay extra for that. I kind of can't make them this small. It's very, very, very hard to make articulated hands this small. That's why the hands that are articulated are bigger. They don't look that much bigger, but they're bigger. If that size was on this, it would look way too big. White getting very dirty. How do you avoid that? Oh, I didn't. That's right. You did say that you felt. White getting very dirty. I don't tend to have that problem quite as much. It's just that I will, like, the white will get entangled with other threads of other colors. So it's probably best to just, like, keep it with the other, whites, or make sure that it is kind of, like, separated so that it doesn't, get, like, a bunch of other stuff on it. Also, if you're, like, felting into the base here, if you're felting a really light color, you may want to like turn it over or set about taking the stuff out of here. But what I do to get sort of that like stuff out that I don't want is do this kind of raking motion. Get stuff. And I guess just always like keep your hands clean. And probably having these finger guards helps a lot because my hand oil is not getting on this. It's just the leather. And yeah, like I'm pretty much not touching the wool a whole lot. That would help a lot, I believe. Just touching it. Cause it to get grimy. And if you have a dog, don't felt on places where he sits because then you get dog hair and things. Although, you know, every felt from this household is going to have a dog hair in it. That's just long-haired dog hair. You have a gibbous? Gibby? Nice. There was a gift I gave. I also, if I'm making hands, I will just like felt in this to expression more of a shape, hand shape, flat. Like okay, so there's a little bit, can't really see, a little bit of like white in here. I'm just kind of out. Also, if you're using somewhat lower quality wool. Hi, Cammy! Stream went well. Working on nice looking. You have art text. I don't know why it's so warm in here. Probably see the art on Saturday. Oh, I see. Yes, there will be no stream from me on Saturday because I have Monster Week. Fun with other people. Cammy does some art for it. Particularly when we are in the Cammy homeland, Canada. Luckily, I do not think it's lucky this. Yes, this guy is this guy. He's character from an RPG Maker game called The Grey Garden. Yeah, do a character portrait for Hollis. Al is so great. That we couldn't get to see him before he fell down a hole, but then he came back. For Sesh, yeah, those are always fun. I play a character who was supposed to be much more like cool and funny and hiding his feelings, but then I wanted to get to all of his lore, so he just talked about his feelings. And I'm still slightly embarrassed. And I'm just like, I want to get to my lore so bad that he just like is not taking his stuff well. But also, all of his tragic shit happened to him like less than a year ago. So he's continually having a time. He's so bad at pretending he's not a vampire. I really like the way you play him. Thank you. Because I was like getting slightly like actually embarrassed that I'm like, oh no, I wanted to get to my lore so bad that I just made him like talk too much. But I love him. Writing a novella right now, which is in its sort of last arc. And it is now long enough to where when it's finished, it will be considered a novella. About 15,000 words right now, and when it's done, it'll probably be about 1,000 or more. About a boy who was born with white wings on his back, and everything else is like normal growing up in 90,000 small town, and sort of how he deals with that. And it ends up being a lot of like a metaphor for disability and queerness and other stuff that's like and suffice it to say, I have 2 blonde crybaby boys and I'm holding them both like this. I must torture you. Yeah, no, I'll absolutely, when it's done, share it places. The timing was also good, other than the fact that you had to leave the session immediately after you dumped all the sad. That's because that was over Christmas. I remember now. Yes. I had to, like, IRL, I had to leave to go drive to my dad's house. And so I, like, dropped all this extremely sad stuff, and then I was like, okay, bye! Merry Christmas! But yeah, no, it kind of cracks me up that I have these 2 characters who are very different characters. Sparky's older and he's sort of like more energetic, and Jesse, who's the other character, is more like introverted and artsy, sensitive. But they both are currently being held in a vice grip by me. Sparky's at the Mo having a very bad time. Jesse's doing okay. He had a very bad time a couple of chapters ago. Yeah, the audience for that is largely my writing group that I go to Thursday nights. I know, I should make a Grisp emote. I kind of don't have one. The only one I know of that's really good is like Doikswift's one, but I'm trying to like be the change I want to see in the world when it comes to emotes. Like I didn't have a good clapping emote. I didn't have a good WTF did this person above me just say emote. So I made those. And I want to eventually make a Mouse or Ash, I can't decide, version of the Melv. The like scribbly Melv. Oh, go with everybody else's. And I want to do a Confused 07 as well. I also want to make one for myself. Absolutely do that. Be the emote change you. Right across Cat, Ben, and Dupe's channels. Where Squeeze in the middle. That's right! I was like, there's another one. Yeah. Yeah. Have to sub to all 3 to get them. Yes. Now we will work on we can just sort of make this like a jumpsuit. I'm trying to remember how I wanted to do this. Yeah, it is good marketing. collect all three. Across all channels. This is how the felt comes, by the way. It's all kind of wrapped up like this. I like definitely do have some carded black felt like in there somewhere, but so I grabbed it. And yeah, you wanna sort of pull it, not like right here, but like farther at the end, so that the force allows it to come apart rather than a good like that is too hard, and like if you really pull, you can go, but the fibers will separate better if you are more gentle and farther away. Like, oh. Must be gentle if Ash is still here. Decided to be under the table. Didn't want his, Oh, big snore. Oh. There, honey. There. Put Ansa and Pure Vanilla in your chair. If when. And then if Ash wants back up. Yeah, okay, so the way I want to do this is the coat is a slightly lighter color than the pants, but of the like 4 grays that I have a lot of grays. This is the darkest of all of them, and this is lighter than the like interior like military coat. So I love the pic of them together. I know, it's like they're friends. I don't know if Ansa even knows who Huron is, but that's okay. Stopped by her stream last night. Some VR chat thing of like clipping inside Majima while he was twerking, and it was like extremely barfy to look at, and I'm like, oh boy, I get too motion sick to be here. Have fun, guys. Bye. So, I guess I'll do, like, this definitely would have a high collar. Rated in with SSS, yeah. It's so much. Some of her streams are so much sometimes. Love wants to do it, but... This is the second aquatic mine we've been today, but the first one was... Oh, now he looks like he's got like a band t-shirt. I don't need to I don't need to make the sleeves. I don't need to make the back. Because the overcoat's gonna cover all of that. She dropped some extremely good life advice. Gonna have like When a character has a coat like this, I essentially end up giving them like a halter top, because this will be felted down, but it will start to pull away from the body further down, so you will be able to see some of the under. You guys know, not everybody, that Ivlis here, wearing a sexy black crop top, happens to look at code. Oh yeah, Karina's like a 30-year-old who's been through it very often. Karina and I are, I believe, just about the same age. She's like a couple months older. But yeah. I don't want to say and sound like the world's oldest human and be like, you don't get to this age without having some shit happen to you, but it's true. The longer you're on this earth, the more you just have to survive despite everything. Do I have sage life advice, piss in hands? For... I don't have piss in hands on my PTTV. But I appreciate the thought. My sage life advice, very genuinely, is always put yourself first. And it sounds selfish, but it isn't. Because if you start digging out parts of yourself to help other people, you won't have anything left. It's a very real, very hard-won lesson. And the other's slightly, yeah! You're a people pleaser. You can't do it at the behest, or at the, expense of your own mental health. Definitely not something I've ever done. Ha 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 ha, yeah. Yeah. Always, always, always have to look out for your own well-being. My mom tends to phrase it as self-sacrifice is not noble, which like tends to require a bit more explaining, because it's like obviously like literally throwing yourself in front of a car to save your child is one thing, but like again, just like digging parts out of yourself to help. The other thing is start exercising before you turn 25. That's definitely helped me a lot. I started exercising in my early 20s. I don't... A lot of the other people who are like, I have knee issues, I have etc. issues. I don't. You have wrist issues. That's more. A lot of this kind of thing. Typing. I played trumpet for 10 years. And... He looks so good. I love this freak. But, button. instead of always downplaying anything good I do, which sacrifice more. The music to fucked up wrists and hands by yeah, I think the biggest deal, and yeah, we'll get back to that in just a second, is the biggest issue is that I'm left-handed, and I played trumpet for 10 years, and you kind of have to hold the trumpet with one hand a lot of the time, especially if you're in marching band. And if that's not your dominant hand, you can't really play trumpet left-handed unless you have left-handed trumpet, which nobody does. Then you're a little bit fucked. Right wrist is slightly more fucked up. But yeah, if you don't get acknowledged for the things that you do, or you feel as though you're constantly bothering people, then that can value yourself. You deserve to exist, you deserve to be here, you're allowed to have your own emotions. It's hard to acknowledge, but that you... Hi, Conkles! Having deep talk for some... Got there. Also me. This guy. Soon and very soon, aka in about 22 minutes, we'll raid on over to Barry so that we can see his monumental explaining Metal Gear to his friends stream. Although I did music lessons and training since I was 6, there was never a part of any lesson that involved stretching or exercising your hands outside of playing the instrument. Uh-huh. That feels like that would have been nice. Basically when I exercise, I can't put any weight on my wrists. So if there's anything involving like a plank or anything like that, I have to do it off of my elbows because or like catching a heavy medicine ball, I shouldn't do that. Stuff like that just like starts to hurt very, very quickly. Oh. No problem. I've been through it, you know? And a lot of us have been through it. And so it's very important that, particularly because a lot of us, you know, we're often the kind of people that have a hard time acknowledging that we're talented and that we're smart and kind and that people like us. And so, especially if, you know, for a lot of our lives, that hasn't been told to us. So you internalize that, and then when people do tell you those things, you can't believe it. So it's good to attempt to be like, no, they weren't lying. They mean it. Probably just do that of me. Got it. Yeah, that'll. Here to try to lift people up at least. Because gotta. Nobody else is gonna tell you, I'll tell you. Rolling this fingers to make it fall, to compress it. Compressing wool before you felt it. It's a very good time-saving measure. Helps you gauge more accurately, excuse me, how big it's going to be. Literally Josh Groban. Oh my god. Oh boy. When he was a young boy, his father indeed took him to the city to see the marching band. I need to like actually look up some vibes are like so immaculate. And I love this I'm gonna use that as well for belt buckle. Now it's time for stabbing crotches! Hell yeah, gamer. Like, it's not exactly, but it's the vibes. So, fun fact. My best friend in high school, and I was in high school from 2007 to 2011, so this is premier, like, teen kid era. I was very not cool enough to like bands. Simply the uncoolest teenager who ever lived. Was right. I'm slightly cooler now that I'm gay. But my best friend in high school, they loved everything to do with My Chemical Romance, as well as Paramore and all the other ones, but mostly My Chemical Romance. And they pretended to have Gerard Way, lead singer of My Chemical Romance, phone number. Yes, being uncool is very cool once you lean into it, which is why I leaned into it as an adult. But as a kid, I was very lame. But I was an active member of the Homestar Runner Wiki. That's cool. And blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so they pretended to have Gerard Way's phone number. And I believed them forever and ever and ever. And it was just like, hi, Maya, I will read your message in just 1 second, as soon as I finish this little story. And I believe them because I'm like, yeah, sure, you know, does your mom get mad at you for the phone bills? And then, like, maybe a couple years ago, I messaged them on Facebook and I'm like, wait a minute. Also, I don't use Facebook anymore. I did. Like, wait a minute. You never actually had Gerard Way's phone number, right? And they're like, no. I just pretended because I liked it so much. And I mean, they had the hair, they had the everything. It was great. But I was like probably late 20s before I realized that that was like a thing that they made up. I saw you were felting. I just started learning felting. Stream looks amazing, and I like your avatar style. I like the vibe in this chat and stream. I hope I'll see more. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Yes, felting is absolutely wonderful, and everybody should try it. Where did my hearted black go? It's such a great question, Mega Man. Did I drop it? Oh, but there's a dog down there. I just used it and I didn't notice. It was like 10. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the scene kid era. I want that hair to come back. It was so fun. Mostly because, like, I never had that cool hair when I was... I know my French... I keep saying she because they went by she at the time. But they had, like, sort of the pink and black going on, or, like, a pink and silver. Oh, it was so... I had no idea how they did that. Let's make more. Let's make more. Carding it just makes it easier to work with. And you can buy wool already carded, but the kind of colors that I like that are a bit more saturated like this, that tends to look better. Buy it. Tops. Yes, pink and black was absolutely... Your ass has become flattened. It's stabbings. Sorry, sir. My school was anti-hair color. to the extent that kids were sent back home with a note to cut the colored hair off. Ugh. Schools have dumb rules. I know, I need to give him slightly more cake. The problem is that because this is gonna be under a coat, like, you're not really gonna be able to see it. And also, he's, like, a little twink, so I don't think he'd have much of an ass. I just like sculpting asses, okay? It's all I want in my freaking life. Yeah, my high school... The thing is, so I grew up in such a small town that there was only, you know, one of each school. Elementary, middle school, and high school. It's all the same people. And it seems like the type to use shapewear. Yeah. It just cracked me up because I've never heard anybody say it like that before, but that is the vibe. Maybe I can bulk you up a little bit. I like felting big butts, and I cannot lie. It's true. The thing is, if I want to add more bulk onto something, I usually have to, like, hair off the outer layer, add more, of the base felt. Is that Onsta? Yeah. Ash is sitting below the table, so rather than just have an empty dog cam, I put the Onsta plush there, as well as the Pure Vanilla doll that I made that the commissioner canceled the order, so we are waiting for it to sell. So for now, he's Onsta's friend. Ah! Very good, thank you! I will, I can browser sort that. Oh. Up. But. I agree that but. Cool. That's just gonna stay there. It'll be invisible, but it'll stay there. Well, I'll put it off screen. So that it's not, like, in my OBS view forever. I'll know that it's... Reference, here we go. Put a lot of love into rendering mix app. I have made this and it needs a home. Do you want it? Yeah, adoptables, they took me forever to figure out what they were. Particularly because this was, like, before... Okay, this is gonna sound mean. It's not, I promise. Is that it's kind of similar to NFTs in a little bit of a way. In, like, a not insidious way, but in a, like, hey, this is a, like, unique thing that I made and you can buy the rights to have it. But yeah, and I usually just make things to order. But I have, like, a whole bin full of stuff. Mostly stuff that I made for a little in-person event that didn't end up doing much. But I have all of these. Still debating what I want to do about my refund policy because it felt bad to be like, hey, this thing that's expensive, once I start, like, there's no refunds. I don't know. I just am kind of hoping that people don't do that to me. Don't have to, like, change the refund policy. Because, like, if people really, really, you know, want to refund it in 30 days, okay, but... Oh, that person. Like, it's taking too long. It has literally been 2 business days. But okay. It felt. I know with the puns. Also want to like go through the full range of that we're not there. Like that's a bit of a blank spot. So let's I love learning. I mean, adoptables are like, I guess mostly like furry, like for the most part. I think I've seen them in a lot of other communities, furry related stuff. But it's not anywhere near as cursed as like other stuff you could learn about. Hi Meister. Hi. Drops the bit and gets genuine for 1 minute. Yes, hyperstab. Those took a while to get approved because they have the word stab in them. Stab and hyper. That is in fact my blue felting pen. I'm commissioned to draw a character, I am fostering them. That's kind of how I feel. Yeah, tonight's MGS bullshit. Like, I was about to mention it again, Meister, but I know that you know that we're both going over there as soon as it starts. So, that's why today's stream is slightly shorter. Meister and I are some of the, like, very big berry enjoyers of this community. Like, no, that has to happen. I'm sorry. It's just, it's like a GDQ run that I have to see. Like, the presses stop. I also may have made my stream schedule so that I never stream when Barry stream. That's a possibility. Happened. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of the sort of Barry the more pressing. I mean, particularly because that's like how I got back onto Twitch. Because I was mostly just a Barry subscriber in like 2019. Then I got into a relationship and stopped watching him for quite a while. And then when I got out of that relationship through a story that is not within the bounds of this course, I was very, very lonely and very, very sad, and came back to Barry's stream, and that really helped me feel a lot less lonely. So I have somewhat more of an attachment. And then kind of, you know, branched out and found Monsta, and then Drawfee, and then Reb, and then a bunch of other people. I appreciate it. Whenever I start streaming, I'm going to avoid his times as well. Yeah, I also avoided Drawfee time on purpose for Monday, so that I end right when they start. Also, so that I can raid them. No relationship stress. Yeah. Kind of there so that covers up some. But if you just need to cover up a teeny, kind of. Timeline was similar. This is gonna be a fun... Happily single! This is going to be a fun state to leave this character in, because he's just wearing like a very slay looking outfit here. Despite that not actually being his outfit. It will be. Happily. Happily. Now. Check. Motion. In an isolated part of the country, needing distraction, I watch Nathan's App on Game Changer, Bessie recommends Drawfee, and then I just snowballed. Yeah, that episode of Game Changer, the with Nathan and Caldwell and Yana? I know her name. Oh, that was so like, oh, nice to see Caldwell. I also really hope to see more of Kiana's I Don't Want to Be a Little Girl. So freaking loved everything about that. Yeah, I was just gonna say is that the little pilot episode. I'm like, I just so hope that it becomes something, and even if it doesn't, I'm just like, I just love it. I hold it in my hand. Especially the ones you said that I really like. Yeah. Okay. Make his ass just a little bit more sculpted. Honor of hair. This guy, look at him! Oh my god. Started watching Drawfee streams, branched out from there. Yeah, I mean, I watched Game Grumps since like 2012, so. Not actually, no. How about, can you guys let me know when he goes live? Always start on time. Last. Rated a champ. Feel bad. But if you like rating them, I have to look out for your name. Oh yeah, I'm there all the time. No late boys at Barry's ever, ever, ever. No. He said 6 p.m. I don't know if I believe him. Said 5 Eastern. Or 5 Central, which is 6 p.m. Eastern. We know this from watching cartoons growing up. Right. Probably give it vents on the side that sometimes military jackets have, because it'll be easy that way. This is, yes. Yeah. Thought he had started on time. Ah. You know when you're kind of embarrassed to be a regular somewhere? I feel a little like that when I chat too much in somebody's Twitch chat. I'm like, oh no. But that ship has just sailed so much for like Barry and Reb and stuff like that. Not Drawfee, just because there are so many people that I like, and slow mode, so I don't get a word in edgewise very often, but you can see me. I don't like wasting all the food. Hi, Mr. Jean. I'm gonna dismiss that. Because of Onsta's streams, trying to recognize my handle even if she doesn't remember. I feel like people definitely like recognize you from your art for sure. It looks so cute. Thank you. He's just a little guy who has a lot of feelings, I assume. Yeah, because, like, normally I would sort of make higher up. We're also doing, like, a tiny bit of cheating to make it so that, like, this looks like it's a jacket and pants rather than a jumpsuit with a skirt over it. Okay. We'll also put a belt over this. Hi, okay. I'll move this stuff. I'll move this. I'll move this stuff. Yes. You know, don't put your sit. Don't sit your butt down. Don't sit your butt down. Okay. All of a sudden, Nathan, Secret Sleepover Society, and Drawfee are beginning at like 1 to 2 a.m. Yeah, that's how I feel about Doig Swift. Like, I love you guys, but you were in the middle of the night for me. Folks in the community probably more likely. Ah. Phone didn't. Light hole in the. Oh. And I can never catch a Doig Swift stream unless I am awake at like ass crack in the morning. Which is usually if Mr. Ash wants to go out in the middle of the dang night. I got the berry notif, yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what my phone did, but my phone's up here. It's this camera, so. Got it, well. Unless I'm streaming video games. We will be there in just a bit. I only get to see them when they're on other people's streams. Yeah, they have highlights on YouTube, which is... And of course, they're always VODs, but like, it's nicer to... Beautiful butt that I sculpted. Been covered. This is such a look. My god. So yeah, on Wednesday we will come back and finish. He just has sort of normal coat and his hair and his like wing scarf. And hopefully we can get that all done, but we're not on a time rush. I am just going to very quickly belt buckle some head about it. I think it like a band of the art, and then it was just Doig coding. Maybe they didn't change the title. Because starting a stream is kind of like starting up a like helicopter or something, there's a lot of stuff that is just really easy to forget. Like, I forgot to change the stream title. Okay, well, I need to open like 4 programs. Then I need to make sure that this is on and this is open and get these windows open, and like a whole process. And you know that because you stream, but I'm just... both of them, and then Energy Brainworms. I know India usually like has to go to start work at some point. I think. Try to keep it. Art is more interesting to look at than coding. I agree. Because, like, and a team. Okay. Where we'll leave him for today. Oh, he's looking so good. I love this little freak. Okay. No ads. Alright, well. Thank you all for coming so much. Our raid message is going to be... Well, one second. I know, I love all of our coding friends. I love all of our music making friends. I just... I'm sorry, I can't. Okay. Dog coding is technically... Dog coding. Our raid message is going to be Metal Gear WireMouse Pupset. And if you don't have that, feel free to use any other emote that you would like. Let us do that. I still have the butt on my screen. New channel. O2. Barry. Alright, I will see you all on Wednesday, and then on Saturday will be Monster of the Week. You all. And come back. I will also.